Hello and welcome to the Driving.ca weekly video news update. I'm Alex Reed and here's what's new in car news. First up is the new Dodge SRT lineup. According to FCA's North American head of passenger cars Tim Kuniskis, Dodge customers prefer power over tech. So for 21, Dodge will give the people what they want, trimming the beloved Grand Caravan and the tolerated Journey from its range and adding one new massively overpowered SRT trim to each one of the remaining 3 models. The Challenger is getting a new SRT Superstock trim. It's not quite the Demon, but it's not far off it either. This Chally's 6.2-liter Hemi offers 807 horsepower on pump gas, channeling it through 315mm rubber on all 4 corners, which allow it to pull off 10.5-second ETs in the quarter mile. Stock. That makes it the quickest muscle car you can buy today. Charger will get the red-eye trim the Challenger's been enjoying, which means a new hood with a functional cold air feeding that V8 all it can get, so it can also nail mid-10s on the quarter, hit 96 km an hour from 0 in the 3s, and top out at 327 km an hour. The tires on this family sedan measure 305mm wide and are stopped by Brembo 6-piston calipers. But the big news is the Durango Hellcat. It was only a matter of time before we could convince the suits to let us build the thing, Kuniskis says, and the truck does not disappoint. The whole Durango range borrows some styling from the Charger and gets a more driver-centric cockpit layout similar to its siblings. But the Hellcat in particular gets a wicked front spoiler and 2-piece rear spoiler with gurney lip on it for actual aero benefit up around its 290 km an hour top speed. The exhaust system gets an X-pipe for a muscle car-like sound, and the transmission and suspension have been retuned too. It delivers 710 horsepower to scoot the SUV down the quarter mile in 11.5 seconds, or to 96 km an hour from a standstill in just about 3.5 seconds. Next, we have the 2021 Kia K5. You know it as the Kia Optima, but the next generation is going to be called the K5. The K5 will be offered in LX, EX, and GT line trims and adopts a Stinger-like exterior style, minus the liftback. Up front, the latest expression of Kia's tiger nose grille is flanked by slim headlights that are underscored by LED daytime running lights. Around the back, a full-width taillight design adds yet more pizzazz. Kia's 3rd generation N3 platform underpins the new K5. It's now larger and more accommodating with more rear seat legroom. The cabin has been reworked and now includes an 8-inch infotainment with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, while a 10.25-inch display is available. Those 2 apps can be connected wirelessly while the phone is being charged on the QI pad. Under the hood, the new base engine is a 1.6-liter Turbo 4 that provides 180 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. A 2.5-liter turbo is available as an option, which produces 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. That's sent through a new 8-speed dual wet clutch transmission. According to Kia, this K5 variant will boast a 0 to 100 km an hour time of 6.6 seconds. In other markets, the K5 will be offered with all-wheel drive, but according to Kia Canada, the plans for Canada are still being finalized, meaning that we might be stuck with front-wheel drive only. The 2021 Kia K5 arrives in the fall of this year. Maserati is next with its new engine. Maserati has revealed an engine that will likely power its MC20 supercar. It's called the V6 Nettuno, and it produces more power than a Ferrari engine. You may think, well, it is a Ferrari engine. But no, instead, it's Maserati's own in-house design, and it's quite clever. The 90-degree V6 uses a Formula 1-inspired pre-combustion chamber, which uses 2 separate rich and lean burns to combine to make one big burn, leading to more power. To make all this work, the Nettuno combines indirect low-pressure fuel injection feed to the pre-combustion chamber and an extremely high-pressure direct injection straight into the combustion chamber. Maserati also added a second lateral spark plug to further help fire that reluctant main combustion chamber. And it must work pretty well because the 3-liter engine makes a whopping 621 horses and 538 pound-feet of torque, which is an incredible 207 horsepower per liter. That is more specific capacity than the 3.9-liter V8 that's found in the 488 Pista. Next is the McMullen Roadster. When you think of hot rod, you likely picture a pre-war Ford convertible with fenders removed and large mag wheels. You're probably also thinking flames on the front and a Chevy V8 swapped in. It's the stuff of dreams and an image endlessly copied from movies, magazines, and replica vehicles. However, that idea had to come from somewhere. There had to be a first. And this is it. Tom McMullen's 1932 Ford Roadster, and it's coming up for sale. The vehicle came into McMullen's possession in 1958. It already had a 283 cubic inch Chevy engine. The flames and pinstrapping were originally added by legendary painter Ed Big Daddy Roth. A pressurized front-mounted fuel tank was added, along with Hallobrand quick-change rear end. In 1963, McMullen stuffed a 327 cubic inch small block under the B-flamed hood with a GMC 471 supercharger that feeds into two 4-barrel carburetors. This was sent to the rear wheels via a 4-speed manual transmission from a 1939 Ford. This all helped McMullen's creation reach a top speed record of 167 miles per hour, that's 269 kilometers an hour, for street roadsters at El Mirage Dry Lake and Bonneville in 1964. After that, a Ford 427 Wedge was installed in the vehicle, but that proved to be too hairy on the street. McMullen sold the 32 Ford for just $5,000 in 1969 to fund another business venture. But it's being sold by Mecum at its Indy auction, restored to 1963 specification with a supercharged Chevy small block. Previously, it sold for $700,000, and the starting price is estimated to be $400,000 this time around. Finally, the Lamborghini Technomar Boat. Lamborghini has partnered with the Italian Sea Group to build a unique powerboat dubbed Technomar for Lamborghini 63. The boat takes inspiration from the Cyan FKP37 and features a ton of design cues from the $2 million hypercar. The Y-shaped LED lights and hexagonal glass make it distinctly Lamborghini, as do the floating rear taillights and rear diffuser. Do you even need taillights on a boat? We don't even know. The interior is equally Lambo-like, with bolstered captain's chairs, digital gauges, and a 3-spoke steering wheel. The start-stop buttons, of which there are 2, one for each engine, is taken directly from the Lamborghini parts bin. Pushing them starts 2 enormous man-built V12s, which produce 2,000 horsepower each, allowing the boat to reach 60 knots, or 111 kilometers an hour. Only 63 units will be built to commemorate Lamborghini's founding year of 1963. The first one will be available in 2021. The price? Well, if you have to ask. Just kidding. It's $3 million. And you can spec it any way you want, probably to match your Cyan FKP37. So there are your top stories for the week. I'm Alex Reed for Driving.ca. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.